Slayer to more tanks. Stay on my tank.
Hello, and welcome back to another round of For Gun 2. We are on Mersa Matruh, and I'm with Hetzenhauer and Schwarzenuss.
On Schwarzenuss. Schwarzenuss.
The Black Nut.
Black Nut.
Okay, grab yourself a tank, guys. You can also take this tank. Beautiful, and we have got a full tank brigade defending west.
So Slayer, you also teach history
Yep,
at the school,
yep.
and you are you need to follow all the things that are written into history books, correct?
It's no.
You don't have to. You don't have to read all books, of course, but you have to keep up, because sometimes stuff is discovered and it changes stuff in the history lessons. But usually it's between research and a change in the classroom, it's years.
We already got contact. That's the true sister. Any more tanks on the west? Stuka incoming spin, watch out.
Yeah, I got contact.
Roger that. Ah damn, this British tank got a smoke launcher only on its own.
One down.
Guys, if you see the tanks there. Have a whoever's in that tank, there's a jeep on your way. You got infantry on your right? Losing Matruh. Mersa Matruh is coming from main. It's engaged.
Hey, the south is almost undefended, and they're capping it.
Heading for train station. South, south.
Silo height next.
Yeah, tank. Oh, the bullets are bouncing off.
It's dark and we're wearing sunglasses.
Beware of enemy anti-tank guns, that's right. Everything fine.
The Valentine covering the mountain, guys.
Peter, you really like to drive. Come with me.
Because the tanks coming in from the road to the south. They're pushing the grass as well.
This one thing, this cell. Another man.
On your right, Grant. One tank to the north of the Grant. So you got it.
Hey, whoever's in the tank in Metro, watch out to get some P3 or something. South of you. You have to get the fuck away from me.
Infantry West Matruh, very close. Yeah, they're close to me. They're pushing the flag.
It's watching us. God damn it, that's such a piece of shit. The worst one on the game. It's slow and it does do damage. Oh, that's one of They have kept gravel on. Always the same. They're moss. They're moss. You need backup at mosque. You might respawn mosque, everybody. And west. Mosque is blinking at the moment, yeah.
Hey, Slayer, tell me about, I thought before Christmas in the Netherlands there was a discussion going on in general about, of course, the Zwarte Piece and is it racistic and so on. This, I think you can tell us something about it.
Yeah, that's it's a heated discussion.
Yeah, it's a
Because
tradition, I know.
yeah, it's a tradition, but many people are dragging history into it, and that's actually kind of funny because most people don't really know the history about it. Because some people think it's centuries old, like from the Middle Ages or something, and that's not the case. The Black Pete figure has been invented by a teacher actually around 1910 or something, so shortly before the First World War. So
Well, I
this
guess,
tradition is way younger than lots of people think, while the tradition of Saint Nicholas, that one is really old because that one was already around in the Middle Ages. So but yeah, it's funny to see the discussion because
It's always the
grown-ups
same.
are really acting like kids.
It's always the same. Yeah, go on.
It's funny to see that while actually I have kids of my own and they don't really mind if the person who is the Pete, if he is black, green, yellow, purple, doesn't matter, as long as he gives presents and candy, it's okay. So that's what counts for them. And it's funny to see that grown-up people are complaining about this tradition. While and they say, as an argument, we should not change it because of the kids, but it's not the kids that are making the trouble.
It's always the same. I mean, it's not about the topic itself, but it's the whole the way the people argue, and I mean, especially the left-wing people or left-wing minded people. Somebody feels offended, or someone's rights, in so-called rights, are terribly attacked and so on, and they want to change the world for a better place because it's inhuman, it's racistic, and it's and so on. It's always the same. Someone is arguing that this person has been harmed in no matter what kind of way.
Yeah.
Go on the road, don't go on the road.
And
Well-
this is what the way they destroy the thing. But the whole thing is, to me, if you cannot
we need to order the east, so we're gonna
really control, or control is the wrong word, but if you cannot check if there's some really damage done to the person, and then here it comes, most time it's just a feeling that has been hurt. Oh, my feelings got hurt.
Move away, tank.
This is what it's all about. People are argue not by argument itself in a logical way, but by emotions. This
Yeah,
is
of
the only
course,
thing that really
of
counts.
course, of course. But the emotion is on both sides of the discussion. The funny thing is that people are crying, actually crying, about Black Pete may be abandoned.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is always the same. A whole tradition that has been used over how many years doesn't matter. Suddenly those people come up and want to change everything because they say,
yeah.
oh, you have to stick to the rules, it's unhuman, it's racistic, but he's black. What the fuck, he's black? Of course he's black, he was born black.
yeah, okay, but maybe
You are not allowed to call black people black because they are black. This is racistic. How can you be so stupid? Of course he's black. You have the right to call him black because he is black. It's not an offensive or something like this. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but the thing that there's a white guy being surrounded by hordes of black guys that are his slaves.
Wow.
That's not really okay. But I can hear that you actually did something like study
Research.
a little bit. And that's
Yes, I
good.
did a lot because I have 2 weeks ago I found some genius on the internet. He was a refugee from Eritrea, came to Germany, and he was reading a lot of German poets from the past, and he was also especially about the culture, you know.
Yeah.
He knows a lot of about culture, and he voted. He became a member of the German.
I think we just have infantry left at east.
He became a member of the German Alternative League, whatever you call it. It's a right-wing party or conservative party.
hmm
The thing next.
Oh, we're losing flags left and right. East is blinking. There's a lot of infantry there. But yeah, continue.
And people, he was in a discussion with some famous German rapper who was also black, and he said, "How can you say something like this? You are yourself a black man." And he was just arguing in the way little kids would do. "Oh, you cannot do this. It hurts my emotion," and so on. But there was nothing about arguments at all in a logical discussion. This is the whole point.
Yeah, but
You
the
have a
point is
logical discussion.
the point is that there's no such thing as a logical or rational discussion when this topic arrives. Because
Yeah,
people
exactly.
are
Because-
getting emotional, but they are getting emotional on both sides. The white people that want to keep Black Pete are like, "Oh no, my tradition, my children's party, it's gonna be ruined." And the black guys are like, it's racist, and everybody who likes this guy is also racist. And both are wrong, because I think that we can really do this feast for everyone. And I also think that we don't need the black guy for the feast. And I think that the black guys that are calling everybody a racist when it comes to whether you like the black guy. There's a miner behind you. Don't drive backwards. Don't drive backwards.
Oh, fuck, Pete. You just bailed out when I was opening up fire on this Panther 2.
Yeah, and I tell you that you should not drive backwards, and you just drive backwards like you're deaf or something.
There was one guy in front of me to the right, and I was afraid because he might drop explosive.
Yeah, and the other guy was mining you in the back, and I told you. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, Slayer, the whole point is it's the same here, and it's always the same on no matter where you go to the whole Earth.
Yeah, well, I happily disagree with you. Because I think that you are just afraid.
No, it's about the discussion and so on. You can have a beautiful discussion with people changing the arguments, because if you got someone talking the same way, and I mean by a logical database or a fundament, you understand? Not by emotional or indoctrination or dogma.
No, I agree, I agree.
On.
But
that's what I mean. If you try to convince your daughter not to go out to a different kind of people because they might be bad for her, because drug addicted people can give you drugs and so on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just in a good way. Okay, button shut. This is the very first thing. Some people try to teach you that the very best thing in your life and logical thinking and so on are not good for you. Listen to the karma, listen to the cosmos, listen to your inner feelings and so on. Everything turns around. You should not be disturbed when you are consuming different drugs that open your mind for a better view to the world, which is the biggest lie and bullshit on earth ever. Right? This is the whole point.
Yeah,
I just try to convince you.
I don't see what this has to do with the feast.
I'm telling you about the people that are using the same techniques in discussions to show you that you should not listen to rational arguments and so on. Rational thinking. This is the last thing those people like, because they don't act rational and they don't want you to act rational. This is the whole thing. And when it comes to the discussion, you can use the same techniques and so on. People who are have the right mindset, clear thinking, being a little bit skeptic, living on facts and arguments, will are really afraid to those sick people. You know, people that don't believe in arguments and logical thinking and so on. They believe in emotions, feeling, what make them feel better and so on.
Yeah, but like I said, the same goes for both sides, because
No,
they
it's not.
don't
This is the point I want to tell you. You cannot.
The whole tradition thing. That's like, oh, but it has been like this for centuries. We can't change it. That's total bullshit. Because the
Of course you can change it. They
Yeah.
can change it.
Yeah,
How many
it
miles
has
you
been
have set up
changed.
on this fucking tank?
It has been changed.
Everything.
It has been changed.
Just don't try anymore.
When I was a kid,
Make sure
a part of the feast was that what? Bofors? Oh, okay.
He's on the Bofors right now. It's Carol and his disgusting scum.
But when I was a kid, then the story was that you would be put inside a bag, and then you would be brought to Spain. And then later it was deemed that well, maybe that was a bit too scary for the kids, so they just ditched that part of the story, and nobody was like, oh my god, no, my tradition, It's been like that for
Slayer, it's not
centuries.
about the tradition itself. It
Yeah,
could
but-
be the worst, stupid, useless tradition on Earth. I don't
Yeah,
care. It's about being free, making your own tradition, and living those traditions. This is the whole point.
Yeah, and
If you
I
like
want to be free to change it.
Yeah, if you like to paint yourself in pink color and take a bath in your bathroom, that's your thing. It's not their thing.
They got the station.
No,
And even
I
if
know.
you paint your skin black, just like to look some other black people, you can do it because you are a free human being. You can give a shit about their thinking. This is the whole thing. They want to tell you how you need to live. This is
No.
what I mean.
No, nobody's telling me how to live.
Exactly. And what I'm telling you is, those people want you to
No,
act
no,
like
no,
they
no.
want you to.
No, you're totally exaggerating this, Heads. It's incredible. Yeah, it's. Of course, they are not telling me how to live. Come on.
They do. They
No,
do. Of
it's
course, you
no.
have to understand that.
No,
that
they
those
just
people-
say, okay, you can have this feast, but we would just like to see some of the iconography change, some of the outward things, because it's totally.
Another mine from Redbed. What the fuck?
And another mine from Dago Red. They're just mining the tanks in the town, so we can't use the tanks.
Because there is one enemy squad leader inside the town. Player, I'm telling you, I have read enough books, enough discussions, seen enough fucking YouTube videos about freedom, libertarianism, and so on. I know that there is something going on in the world which is, to me, a mind sickness. Yeah? People don't act and don't argue on rational, logical thinking, and so on. They are trying to get you from the right path to the wrong path by emotions,
Disconnect.
being a good guy, charming, and so on, just which would never be accepted somewhere around the world.
Yeah, but you're doing exactly the same thing. You're also getting emotional about
Because
people
I'm
telling
fucking
you how
angry,
to
which
think.
is a human emotional thing, and
Yeah,
I am
yeah,
a human
so-
being.
Yeah, so I cannot have a rational discussion with you right now because you're being emotional.
Exactly.
So let's end it and play the game. It's not. It's not like we're ever gonna.
political discussions with
Yeah,
people.
but it's-
Seriously, it's the best thing on earth. Believe me.
We're
Once
never
I
gonna
made
agree
the
on this.
motorcycle trip to Luxembourg with a good friend of mine in 2011.
Yeah.
I missed it. And we stopped to spend the night in some German hotel. Ah, we lost the flag.
No, they're behind us.
And the next night itself, I had a discussion going on with one soldier from USA, from Ramstein Air Base, you know?
Yeah.
Where they at? Fucking hate this. That's useless.
But you used the fucking turret? Top of my turret?
I am. I can't hit a damn thing. Fuck, it's that teammate. God damn it.
Can. Kill
You
them
move
all.
so much I can't see.
Nice
I can't-
one, Pontifas.
When you move, I.
You don't need to be in Zoom. You can be on overview.
Guys back behind the building, land.
Map mark.
Fucking hate this thing. Splash radius must be like a meter on this stupid thing. Fuck, I'm getting out.
Here we go, bitches. Watch my left. And we had a beautiful political discussion going on. And it was intense, it was emotional, it was all about the way you look at the world and so on. It was fantastic. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I use the
You know what?
but it doesn't have a splash radius.
We spent like 3 hours and 2 packets of cigarettes outside in the cold summer night. It was fantastic. I loved it.
And then basically the only way you can use the top turret is if the tank isn't moving.
Killer, come on, let's go for more. Give him hell. Use your machine gun. Use a little tiny high explosive shell, which has the size of
Kill
silver.
my gun. Fuck that.
Yeah, shoot them all. Kill them all. I don't care.
Yeah, I think we won this one because even if they
Oh,
manage to get us on the
150.
bleed, then we will still win this.
Oh, we lost a lot of players.
Be careful. you
Yeah,
possibly
this
light
map.
mines.
This is also my least favorite map in the mod.
To my left, explosive charge. Fucking asshole.
Oh, I can shoot it in. Stop, stop, stop! Back, back, back! Ah! Because of the repair guy, I can't fire at him.
He is next up train station.
I don't get it why they are not using the. Oh yeah, just 20. Why they are not using the Stukas more?
Say again?
I don't get it why they are not using the Stukas more.
Because noobs may be flying? I don't know.
Yeah, but even a noob in the Stuka is better than no Stuka at all.
Metal fence, right side, end of the barracks. I killed him by the machine gun, which cannot be controlled.
Enemy tank at west.
Enemy tank, wet?
No, enemy was over in the west.
That was a good mine.
Yeah, lucky guy.
No,
Stun gun.
at some point some person would drive over there.
I'm still a capping station.
Yeah, keep capping. So Slayer,
Yeah.
we have an update in February. Oh, forgot no.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's February this year or next year.
I need help.
Yeah. Right.
Oh no, they're taking an outpost.
Oh, only 40 players left.
Yeah, I saw it.
One more tank, Peter.
It's because of this map, I guess, and also because it's like almost midnight.
Mm-hmm. Server is
I
dying
really love the
slowly.
intro music of this map.
Yeah, I really used to hate this map with a passion.
Enemy tank still at west.
Roger that, I will
But
come.
not because of the intro music.
Schwarzenuss.
Tank's right in front of me. Slayer should get him. Probably me too.
Whoops!
Tank to us.
Silo next.
Yeah, with these numbers. There's a guy on the roof here. But I don't know how to get on there.
Ah, one more kill, guy.
Yeah, we got him.
4 seconds, Chuck.
Yeah, they're dropping supplies for that guy that's on the roof.
Eyes on top of the water tower.
There's a guy right behind you.
Oh, what was that?
Nice.
380, nice round figure. Okay.
That's
Yeah,
it, guys.
was,
Thank you for watching.
yeah, something like that. That's it for this round. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.
Slayer, let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
Have
behind
ever someone
after the break.